Hello everyone, how are we doing? Happy Sunday morning. So, good morning, India. Good evening, America. Welcome to Flickstake, powered by Film Caravan. Good evening.
Hi, Rafta. I'm so
We
sorry for the delay. I have a crazy day.
thank you for doing this for us, Vikas. Thank you so much. And
Absolutely my pleasure.
we are so honored and so excited to meet this man with infinite facets, with a heart of gold, and who not only dared to dream but brought with your inexhaustible grit and determination.
Oh, that
Well,
is for sure. That I
well,
take. That I take. That is also because of people like you supporting me non-stop. Sorry, we are at a construction site, so we have no proper setup, nothing.
that's all right. That's it's a candid chat. We're all, having a like a party together, virtual party.
Thank you.
So you had mentioned in one of your posts, Vikas, that it feels surreal to see your film, The Last Color, go up for the world to see on Amazon Prime. And I'm sure, and we saw Times Square, every corner of Times Square filling its corners with The Last Color. So
That was
I'm
amazing,
sure it must
right?
be,
Amazing.
sorry,
Indie film, this was amazing. We never heard something like that.
we were like blown. We said, "Oh my God, this is like all thanks to you." And I'm sure it must be reminding you of your early days of dreaming. How does it feel?
I think it's amazing because I live here. I passed by. I used to have a restaurant on Times Square, and
Yes.
we Times Square every single day, almost like. But I never go to Times Square because it's so touristy and it's like. But we all look up to that destination because the entire world is watching. And when we had the screens everywhere, Nina Ji playing, and so many buses running everywhere with Nina Ji dancing in color. It was very surreal. It felt like आपकी art है वो एक बहुत ही global level पे एक है उसकी representation जो कर रहे हैं. And the reason it is on Amazon, I can tell that to the world very openly, and I constantly repeat it. That's all because of Pooja Poli, and they pushed me to get this on a global platform. Um, I was like, जानी होगी चली जाएगी, but it's them who planned this, who executed this, and it brought them to such level. It was amazing.
We are so happy. We are so happy to do that, and that we could be like a small part of your beautiful venture. So, because what really drove you to the subject of The Last Color?
I think it was the victory of women of India, the day the widows played holy. I felt it was a rebirth. It was in so many ways. It was true meaning of spring in so many, and at the same time, it was also an amazing empowerment that sometimes the old traditions hold you down, and this is the time when they broke into new traditions and they celebrated color like this. It was amazing.
Absolutely. This was so, it was so amazing to see that you are, like representing such a great cause and something that, we as people living in cities cannot even imagine, but people living in towns, and, like you said, it was such a holy town. It was such a holy message, everything related to the holiness of the whole subject, and the entire your goal that you were kind of wanting to kind of tell the audience. It was really 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 good. And I must tell you that I was like telling everybody, obviously, watch The Last Color, watch, now it's on Amazon Prime and all. So my mother-in-law is like, this is amazing, it's so rightfully deserved, the consideration for the Oscars. So guys, The Last Color was, the film made it to the final list of the Oscars for 2020, the eligibility in the best film category. So, rightfully deserved. Truly.
मुझे वो तो नहीं पता, but ये मुझे पता है कि Because nothing was fabricated in the movie. It was the way I felt it. And it's also a rare thing that the person wrote the short story, wrote the novel, then wrote the screenplay, then directed the movie, then edited the movie, then did the sound of the movie. So it was almost like a one-person show. We had assistants from everywhere. But I did not leave my focus. That's how I do my work. And that's one reason I don't have restaurants around the world everywhere. Because I want, whatever I touch, I want to do it right now. Because Last Color became more than a movie, it became a mission for me that, we need to celebrate a historical moment. We also need to celebrate, and, we partnered with, and I feel as a person, who has within one lifetime won a Michelin star, which is for us the highest, is like the Oscars for us as chefs. To be able to venture out in something and take a risk in making, I'm turning 50 this year, for us to be taking that kind of risk.
Say that. Don't look it from any angle. बिल्कुल भी नहीं. किसी angle से नहीं, Vikas, please. Just see the comments, people are like, they're like getting floored. Yes, please.
It's raining like crazy right now in my house. Everywhere. It's just raining like crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, going back to, sorry?
It's raining like hell, ma'am. I'm just looking outside. It's like, I'll just show you guys my window.
It's night time. Oh, gosh.
That's my little terrace.
Okay.
But it's also like rain is very important to me, especially in this. I always think it's very auspicious.
Yes, it is. It is sign of rain and harvest. Everything goes together hand in hand. So, because going back to food, you've always believed in the connection of food and faith. Of your documentaries reflect this aspect so amazingly. And so how do you translate that into your food? We've watched a couple of your programs on Fox Life, and how you fuse, ingredients and create this beautiful Indian dish. It was so intriguing and interesting.
So, I always have to be careful whom I'm cooking for, what is the judgment criteria. I always have been very careful, because if you're cooking with the mission of getting a Michelin star or the reviews in New York Times, you need to up the game. You can't be putting things on the platter which every other restaurant is serving. So you have to really go out, invent some dishes. Also bring out the lesser known dishes, because that is very important to me and my entire cooking history and my whole career. You need to bring out the dishes which have never been explored before. You need to bring out dishes which are totally new, but you also have to do something which is very important. But you also understand, Amrita, that my point of sale is very high. If I'm charging $300 for a tasting menu, I also need to justify that to the world audience. I'm not just for Americans who live here. It's a global audience, because today everything is moving. So you have to justify $300 if you're doing a menu. You have to justify. I remember in 2011 we had a meal for $39,000 per person. You have to justify the creativity of it, which is not easy. It is really not easy. It is a very challenging.
Absolutely.
Mom is messaging.
That's okay. That's all right. How sweet. Yeah.
And it's also, for me, it's very, because the kind of food I jump from and into, I could be serving chicken tikka masala, regular one, right? In my restaurants, which are lower price point, and, you'll be judged less for that. But we also have to understand that, when you're fighting a war for the Michelin and you have to up your game, you can't be serving exactly the same thing you're doing in your regular casual dining. You need to find a way which is leveraging, with inspectors come and they're in awe of it. It's a very tough game. And I'm going to be honest with you. And, because most of the benchmarks are set by the French or Japanese chefs around the world. And for us to be breaking the code, and I always say, because I was one of the first person of color who won a Michelin star in America. And it was also very important that we continue the integrity of the cuisine.
Yeah, absolutely. So what does Vikas Khanna eat at home? तुसी की खाते हो courage? What do you eat?
मैं almost same खाना खाता हूँ. I always almost eat the same food. I eat the same breakfast of oats, eggs, whole wheat bread, and coffee. I'm a total because coffee is easy, because all the groups, everybody drinks coffee. चाय की मैंने कहा तभी मैं कभी इंडियन मीटिंग हो तो चाय जाती है वहां पे, सबको पता है मुझे चाय को खुश करने के लिए बना देंगे, वरना कॉफी. And I am very much into fruits all day long. Yogurt, fruits are very important because I also do maintain a very low body fat. And this year is important because I'll be turning 50. So I have a friend who's helping me completely dedicate. That how he says that, you know, the entire stigma that Indian food is not healthy, I want to prove that totally wrong. And I really want to.
So good for us because, you know, even I just cannot diet. I have to eat food. It's just not possible that, you know, roti, chawal, apna jo bhi apna Indian khana hai. But then how to kind of, you know, really break through that, like you just said, you know, that Indian food, you know, that just to kind of make it sound as though it's not fattening, or not even sound, make it, you know, make people believe that it's not, you know, the way it is that people think out to be.
मैं मानता हूँ बात को. I totally agree what you're saying, that it is not easy for us to be doing Indian food, which can't be stereotyped. But, you know, being one of the forefront of runners in America for the cuisine, you also have to remember that, take into consideration that, you know, that our food industry is multiplying in growth. And that's thanks to, I would rather give compliments to First Lady Michelle Obama and President Barack Obama, former president, because they were the ones who really were pushing this envelope hard with me. And that really multiplied and got us into the pockets where we would not enter in America otherwise.
You know, it's so amazing that you're justifying, you know, each and every action of yours, and, you know, you're backing it with reasoning and logic. It's not just, you know, for the sake of fusion or for the sake of integrating in ingredients that, you know, you're creating a dish. You're kind of, you know, everything is logical, that, you know, we are trying to kind of, you know, push the envelope a bit further. And also, Vikas, you are the biggest example of creating immense value, you know, going a million steps forward, you know, with your craft for the sake of others. So what I mean is that, you know, your passion to give back to the community is so monumental, which was so evident, you know, with your Feed India campaign. So how did you, you know, manage that being so far away?
You know, being far away actually kind of was a disadvantage, because many times we tried that I should fly to India, but I have a precondition of very severe lung problem, and I couldn't fly. But then I had to, because it was such a disadvantage that I couldn't be close to anyone. So I had to turn it into an opportunity for us. And that is when it actually helped me, Namrata, because when India will go to sleep, I will plan everything, the worksheets, Excel sheets, and it was crazy. And not in this house, this is a new place. But in my house, if you see, there's still pages on the walls, because some of the most stressful days I'd written some things, and I would also start writing Om in the top before I would say, because please Bhagwan saath de dena, because it was very tough managing things on this scale, and, you know, without any support system. Initially, there was just no support system till NDRF came on board. And then we made it into a total systematic thing, because we didn't ask anyone for donations. We didn't ask anyone for any personal donations, nothing. I remember we went to brands and corporations for support, and which really helped us, because, you know, then they could pay the food companies and they could give us food and we would distribute. But I think one of my dearest friend here in New York, Daniel, I asked him, I said, Danny, you got to pay me for my try. Because I was like, this is the first time I've asked for somebody for money besides my dad. I've never asked money. His dad for the pura hak hota hai. But we did, because of the brand values, we kept going on and on. That really helped us. I'll be honest with you. That really helped us later. But it's also that, you know, I was far away, which also got me very emotional. And I worked on that whole thing, and it was very heartbreaking for me. Every time I'll see something where I could have helped, it was.
You did. You did.
Not,
You
not
know
really.
that.
We could have gone. We could have gone far. We could have done
You know,
very far.
it says now that it's better to take one step than to don't take a step at all. So, you know, not only did you provide what you set out to provide, but also inspire and encourage so many people along the way with your campaign. And, you know, that is so motivating. So, you know, like I said, you've been completely exemplary with your craft. It's not just about feeding people. It's about, you know, really feeding people with love and care and concern. तो वो लगता है, वो फिर then that really hits home, that is not just something that is superficial, which really came out in all your posts. It was so overwhelming and so inspiring, as it is. We were going through a time which was so overwhelming, and to kind of have somebody sitting so far away doing something for people here, the less privileged, was very, very inspiring. You've got to take that, and got to take that pat on your back, because absolutely you should.
You have to give credit to my mom, to speak to her, because she is the one who actually kept rebooting my moral compass, because I can get extremely focused on my work, and we have so much of lineup of projects. So everything was put behind. Even Binder, the big project which is coming up in New York, was supposed to go on ground in July. It was supposed to go on ground on July, and 15th August was the first event. This is how I planned. And it was so expensive just delaying stuff and everything. I said, no, we got to put everything on the back burner, because my mom said that the moment she hears the news where people are suffering in this pandemic due to food, she's going to blame me.
Oh my goodness, pressure. Bindu auntie.
But she has all the rights. She has struggled a million times more than me to get me here, and she has every right on the planet for this, and I'm thankful for that.
So your mom and dad have been, have inspired to propel you above and beyond, which you have, of course, just mentioned, significantly. They've really been like the pushers in your life significantly. And your new project, which you just mentioned. So I have to tell you this. So I was talking to Pooja and I said, have you seen this? What is this about? Vikas has named this. It's Bindu and Devinder, his parents' name, and he's joined them. So it's Binder. So, because Binder is a Punjabi name. So for me, it was like Binder. She's saying, no, it's Binder. I said, no, it's Binder. I said, okay, you know better because you have spoken to him. So tell us more about Binder.
Binder, it's a space on 44th Street, which we've taken a big penthouse, in which that will be our main office, in which we will be hosting Indian cultural events and coordinating them. And everything will be done for free. Everything will be done for free for authors, for chefs. And this is the only kitchen in Manhattan. You're going to see that on 14th February. This is in Manhattan, which is totally made of glass, from ceiling to roofs to walls, everything. And it will be basically used to showcase Indian culinary arts, literature, books. Like, if you have an Indian author who's coming up with a book, the place is free. All the hospitality is free from the very beginning. This is my mission. Because, as a person of color and from India, it's very difficult I remember the beginning, the beginning of the journey on a big scale. It was very hard, Namrata, because there was no stepping stone for us. There were no platforms except for Arun Shabdasani. She hosts New York Indian Film Festival. She was the only one who would come forward. There are things happening in pocket, but nothing as mainstream the way I want to take it.
Yes.
We will have our first event soon announced. It is going to be Life and Legacy of one of the biggest legends of India. And you're going to be seeing what I'm doing here, because, I also feel that you don't know whom are you going to connect. And in an Indian artist, if you have Mr. Rahman coming from India to America and he has a book launch, there is actually no place for us. There is no place for us. It's not like the Jewish Cultural Center or even Asian or Chinese or Vietnamese. There are Korean centers everywhere. But, we don't have that kind of center where you can be without any bureaucracy, without any red tapes. They can just email us. Once I'll announce it, and they can book an event, an art exhibition, a sculpture exhibition. We can host a dinner in this place for 200 people. This is a unique space which I have. It's one of the most expensive projects I've done in my life, but absolutely worth it.
So rooting for
like almost 12 o'clock and still people are working here. Imagine how much work is going on till 14th February to complete it.
You will, and it'll do so well. And the kind of response you will get, I'm 100% sure. In fact, everybody's sure that Binder is going to do solid well. It is really, really going to touch and inspire many others. Like you've always done, and always you've been this person to really give back to the community, which is so wonderful. And what it brings back, the effect, cause and effect. I'm sure you know that. So your causes are so great, and the effect you cannot even imagine. It's going to be unimaginable, truly. and you have the support and the love of so many fans, because I mean everybody is just respect, big fan, rooting for Binder. It's just you have everybody's warm wishes, and of course, you know, your parents, that, you know, that's like the prime, like right on top. So, you know, you have been honored with so many awards and recognitions. You know, of course, the Michelin star for 6 consecutive years, the Asia Game Changer, you know, Award 2020 for feeding millions across the country with your Feed India, you know, program. And also for our, you know, your female fans, you were New York's hottest chef. So amongst so many. So I know it is difficult to choose, but you know, which one really fills your heart? Just at the top of your head, something that really fills your heart.
You know, I got the first Michelin star on October 5th in 2011. And it was a very difficult moment because I just wanted to speak to my grandmom. And I remember that phone call to her because I had to wait all morning because it was night in India. Around 1:30 in the afternoon, I got the call. And I had to wait all day in total isolation because I wanted her to bless me on the phone. And I told her, I said, you know, do you remember I told you about an award which only white people get? And same for brown people. Like when I had said for Indians, like it's very difficult. And she did not remember many things in life. And she looks at she like it was like 7:30 in the morning. She's saying, I remember everything. And I think that was my biggest award when she said, I have seen my grandson, my son struggle for so many years for this honor. And she knew it how hard it's going to be for me, and she knew the journey is going to get harder and harder for me because I will have to reinvent myself on a massive scale. I'm not that person who can do chicken kathi roll 60 times on Instagram. I'm not that person. I always have to find new walls, new barricades, new skies. I have to keep searching. I'm that person who's never going to settle. I know that I won't settle in my life ever. And I have to also take bigger risks. You know, I can have a life which is okay, just keep posting the regular stuff of,
Right.
you know, which is like, okay, I love that, I respect that, you know, but I'm not that guy. Unfortunately, I'm the guy who's going to constantly write new kind of novels, new movies, new documentaries, new short films, new restaurants, new books. I have to reinvent myself to convince myself that my position is valid. With the global domination, Indian cuisine can come when you have so many multiple faces to that.
Absolutely. You know, you are always going to reinvent yourself. You know, hearing you, it's just, you know, everything is just seeping in. You know, everything is just absorbing because you really want to push yourself each and every day while rooted, you know, in your heritage, rooted in your culture. So, which
Born
is so.
Market, not easy. It is easy to form a cloned chef life. My life would have been easier. And you know, what people strive for in a lifetime, I have done that so many times, and then moved to, I've tried to add things to it, not moved on. I've tried to add things, you know, but it's not easy because every project has to surpass the previous one. You have to do something even bigger, even more important, more significant, more meaningful, and that's not easy. That's a tough choice.
But that's Vikas Khanna, always pushing beyond, above and beyond. So somebody's just mentioned your Kohinoor, Vikas. And of course, there are a lot of compliments and lots of well wishes. And Last Color was just amazing. And, you know, everybody's just giving you, shouting so much love and so much of warm wishes to you. So, finally, Vikas, going back to again, you know, food. So this past year, you know, we have seen, especially in India, we've seen a lot of, you know, the pandemic creating a host of opportunities for home chefs to emerge, and, you know, small startups like small takeaways, and including my husband. He's just started this North Indian takeaway kitchen called Tikka Tales. And, you know, we've got the chef from Delhi, and, you know, we're just trying to kind of do something in food, and of course, it's getting good reviews. But what words of advice, you know, practical, concrete words of advice would you give or would you offer to, you know, people who are just beginning their journey?
I would say that do not get too excited about success. I know that's a wrong thing for a leader in the industry to say. Don't get excited by success. I feel people get excited and then they sit on that ground and they wear that crown 24 hours and eventually they just fade out, you know, because they're doing the same thing constantly. And they need to reinvent. We constantly need to reinvent ourselves because, you know, we are in a global markets right now. And because of internet, you know, everybody has access to us, what we're doing. You need to do, like, you know, the crazy stuffs have to be crazy stuffs. You cannot be confined to just clones. And though I absolutely respect and love Indian chefs around the world, but I want the newer generation to beat us totally. Because one thing which is very damaging in success stories is cloning. We get the success, we constantly keep cloning it. We become, make it stagnant and less interesting for the world to watch us, because it's almost everything on a recycle mode. Please do not try to recycle ideas. You create your own paths. Failing is amazing. There's an amazing Russian saying which says that, you know, I would rather spend my life with somebody who's failed 100 times than with a person who's never failed, because the person has never taken a risk. So keep taking risks. It's okay, but don't get too excited with success. You know, that's what I felt. What happened to me was when I started getting success on a very global scale in America, I felt that my growth stopped. I was becoming less creative, less productive in so many ways because I was totally focused on the paychecks, you know, how much. And then eventually when my father passed away, I had to totally reinvent myself. I said, they can't be the only purpose, can't be. Of course, I always tell chefs that they have to be secured, financially independent. They need to secure the future because this industry is very tough. I had almost lost my left hand and I saw the entire career change.
Wow.
I had issues and entire career change. Imagine. So you have to keep yourself secure for uncertainties, but at the same time, you got to keep taking the risks.
You had mentioned to your dadi, to your grandmom, dadi?
BG.
BG. I used to call my grandmom also BG. You reminded me. That you are a person of color. So we would like, you know, when we are people of color, but for you especially, you know, I would like to say that you are a person who's not of any color. You are a person who shines and shines and sparkles. You have a golden color. You have a golden hue. Truly, you have inspired and encouraged so many people, not only in this chat, Vikas, but you know, all over the world. Otherwise, also people are your huge fans, and we wish you so much luck and so much you know, success and so much prosperity, that you continue to reinvent yourself and continue to kind of, you know, inspire us. And a big
Few
congratulations.
people inspired me. It's Filmkar one inspired me that Last Color has to be watched by people.
Absolutely.
It's them and Sugandha's determination and your team and Pooja's leadership.
Yeah.
We proved it that, you know, millions of people are watching the movie right now. And you have to also understand that the world is very unkind to the new.
Yeah.
It's very unkind. There is so much of favoritism, and you will read things. It's like, you know, many things are. Now I'm learning new things about this movie or business also. And I'm not going to sell myself on it. I'm not going to pay for a single review. I'm going to be open about it. I'm not going to pay. Give me 0 stars. I'm not going to pay for a review. I have never paid for review for my cooking. I'm never going to pay for my. You can give me 0 stars constantly, but you cannot forget one thing, that I don't like to back down. I do not. The reason standing in America is the hardest job because they just cut you off. It's like you're invisible to them. But I'm not going to pay. And it's good that movie is doing well. In the movie,
Yeah.
I say that Suraj to roz hi jeetta hai, chand ka bhi din aata hai.
Exactly.
I know people, my brother called me and says, this is the first time I'm seeing some pain in you so much in the tweets and everything. I said, yeah, because everything is like Oh, we're going to give you 2 stars then. Okay, fantastic. Give me 2 stars. I don't care. If people are liking the movie, it is most important. You know, the movie with the first review till now is ever in New York Times is Pathir Panchali. Please read the review. I request the viewers, read the review of Pathir Panchali. It said it will not make into a rough cut in Hollywood. And that is the movie after 70 years. It is still inspiring people like us to make a movie. And we cannot get...
So
Shawshank Redemption is my
words.
Bible. That's the only movie I refer to every single day. While I was shooting Last Color, the only movie I would watch when I would come back from to the hotel, I would always watch a clip of Shawshank Redemption. It had failed at the box office, so we cannot judge a movie based on, we can't judge a movie based on the critics. And critics, I'm learning a lot. I'm glad, you know. Initially, sometimes I would look at Kangana and I say, what is she talking about? Now I see, oh no, she's right. She is right. And I come from a different industry. I understand, but she's right. This is all a planned strategy not to let newcomers enter, but we are going to break the doors and the walls. Because if people are, they are liking the movie, they're enjoying the honesty of the movie and the real, that's my real success. Real success.
People are commenting, people, you know, random people are just like kind of saying that, you know, we love Last Color. And so genuinely people are really responding so positively to the film that they're getting inspired.
It's a very difficult circle to enter. But, you know, if I fail, many newcomers will fail. So I have to keep hustling and pushing this forward. And thanks to people like yourself and your team who actually stood by me and said, let's put it out. And you know how challenging that was.
Please
but it's okay.
You know,
absolutely. It's people inspire you. People inspire you. Not those who remembers the review who wrote about Pathir Panchali. Who remembers the name of that person? Who remembers? Who remembers the guy who got Gandhiji off the train? Who remembers them? Who remembers? People remember the heroes who fought and they got injured in the battlefield. Not that who was standing behind the keyboards and bullying me to pay them. I'm not that guy. You're messaging a wrong person. I will try. Even if I fail, I'm going to create something and again rise on a merit. And I know Pooja was like, when I told her, she's saying, you keep hustling. You made one of the most heartbreaking movies. You keep hustling and stand by a child. Sorry. This is good it's good for newcomers to hear this tone of mine. Good. There's a pain in it, but I'm not the person who wears a mask and says, "Sab kuch theek hai, bas khana banao." I'm not that person. I will say everything that you've got for artists to rise. You've got to be take the beating, and you have to. As Salman Rushdie says once, he said that you have a skin of an elephant and a heart of a poet. Guys, keep that combination on. It's a great combination. Wow. You can take, but your heart will keep creating new kinds of poetry.
Wonderful. How nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Are you coming to India? Are you coming anytime soon?
I need to get vaccinated before I travel because of my preconditions, and my lawyers and everyone wouldn't let me travel. Yeah. I would have kept in right now. I would be right now. My mom is
people just want to, you know, like, when are you coming to India? When are you, like, all the comments that I'm reading, you know, they're like,
but, pending work. But let this world settle down. Let the new administration take over the office in the Oval Office, and let us have a more stability in the economies and in the science. And that is going to be our most important gift for this year. But till then, guys, don't stop hustling. Don't listen to the noise. Record the music.
and develop a skin of the elephant and a heart of a poet.
Yeah, somebody sent me an IMDb screenshot. All the viewers, they have 8 or 9 rating, and first post 2 stars, Times of India 1 star. I'm like, wow. Something. Wow. Imagine how much bias is there. But as long as people are loving the movie, that is the victory of the movie.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's what make the movie, viewers make the movie. I watched Shawshank Redemption almost every stage of my life for inspiration. Every time I broke down, I had to watch that movie. The critics said it was a terrible movie. How can 2 guys be talking for 3 hours?
It's one of the most amazing films ever to be made. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you for healing us. Thank you for
Lots
inspiring us.
of love. Take care. Bye bye.
And lots of wishes to you. Please stay safe, and lots of thank yous for doing this. And
Thank you.
great luck with Binder. Hope to
Thank
see it in person also. Visit it someday. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Take
Bye.
care. Thank you. Bye bye.